Third, my company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We are the makers of the black ambient light rejection. Well, actually, the Supreme Ambient Light Rejection 12. Get in my stand. Supreme Ambient Light Rejection 12. Our new exotic ambient light rejection 15s, and our advanced ambient light rejection 17. Now, what I find really interesting is when I see, like I said, individuals out there that are overstepping their boundaries. When I mean overstepping their boundaries, they're not doing the proper tests that are needed to actually produce professional screen paint. And they're just grabbing anything off the shelves and saying, hey, look, you can do the exact same thing. And that's not true. This is why you have to do the tests. This is why when we design our products, we have to show you tests on ultra short throws, long throws, high powered projectors, low power projectors, demonstrations against high performance sample sheets, anything from different forms of screen paints, outside demonstrations, and ambient light projection. We would show you all that craziness. So every once in a while, somebody shoots me a video and says, hey, look, this particular individual is saying that you can get the same results, the same thing. This product can do the same thing your product can do. And from the door, I says, no, it can't. Because the bottom line is they don't do the tests. And from what I've seen in the demonstration, I know what this product is. It's pretty much a form of, it's kind of a Metallica kind of hobby paint. They use it for basically for, as a form of like special touch-ups if you want like a little silver design or something like that. That's what it's for. I would not paint this stuff on my screen, and I'll tell you why. Number one, it's very, very thin. This stuff would streak the daylight side of your screen. We ordered some already. It'll be here soon, probably about 3 or 4 more days. We're going to do some testing on this, and I'm going to tell you why you don't want to go down the road and use this stuff to begin with. Number two, it's going to hotspot like crazy, and here's one of the problems you're going to have. You're going to have all kinds of glare. It's going to pop up on the surface. That's one of the problems you're going to have. Number three, the contrast level is going to fail so bad. The colors are going to fade out. I can call it from the door from looking at this stuff. The color is going to fade. It's going to wash out. Your contrast levels are going to be completely poor. You're just going to have problems all around if you paint this. And I've seen this stuff before. If you do coat this on your screen, it is extremely, it takes a while for it to dry. If you paint this on PVC, your screen's going to be up there forever. I wouldn't even paint this on a motorized screen. It will stick into the motor of your projection screen. So when I tell you how I know this stuff is because when you design screen paint, you literally have to test everything under the sun, which means you have to test everything like chalk paint, just about everything you can get your hands on, to see if anybody can come up to anything close to what you have, which means we've already done these tests already before. So this particular paint he's using in his demonstration is called PPJ. PPJ is the same thing as M&M. There's another company called M&M. They make the same thing too. It's the same kind of Metallica paint that they use, same kind of product. Before that, it was Martha Stewart. She made it her own form of product paint. Like I said, we can go back as far as Martha Stewart when she actually had a contract and she used to sell through Home Depot. And she had these special blends of Metallica paint through her. And like I said, they all react the exact same way. So that's how I know about the Martha Stewart product line. Martha Stewart lost their contract with Home Depot, and I don't know what it was for. It was for something. And then they were actually replaced by PPJ. And then PPJ later on back and forth fluctuated. You saw M&M in there every so once in a while, and then it went back to PPJ. So I know that from the door. All right, so this particular, what he's showing you here, I'm going to show you how runny this stuff is and the reason why. We're going to test this stuff. To show you how runny this stuff is. Wait, let me mute this because I don't like to play people's voices. That's disrespectful. I don't do that. But from what I'm seeing here in the demonstration, number one, there is no form of ambient light in the environment at all, period. As you see, he's doing this on a black wall, and he's displaying the screen, and there's no form of ambient light. He's using high bright colors, which usually that's what they do. He's not going to use any form of contrast because the image is going to fade. See how dark the environment is? That product has no form of contrast. I guarantee you, when we get it here, with the test we do here, that stuff is going to come out really bad. I mean, really, really bad. And I'm going to show you in the video why When I do demonstrations, that's why I say when you watch me do these demonstrations, projector swap outs, fully lit environments, stuff like that, this is how you're supposed to be watching screen paint react, not in a dark environment. Anybody can make the screen look fantastic in a dark environment. That's easy. You would never be able to use this in a fully lit environment. So basically, in his comment, he states that our product is too expensive, and the other individual who makes screen paint, which I won't mention his name, also is too expensive, and you can do it for $50. Well, my friend, I'm going to show you how you test screen paint, how it's supposed to be done, because we're going to hit that thing with everything under the sun. And then on top of that, consider the fact we're going to take it outside, we're going to put it in fully lit environment, something that I see that you're not doing here. Put it in a fully lit environment, because that screen right there can't pull a contrast level if it's light dependent on it, and I can tell by looking at it. Now over here, I have a Seymour AV 1.3, I have a DMP Supernova Blade, I have the Parallax, their new pure silver screen over here. Their sample sheets, which are actually far more advanced than what you have here, and they can't even hold a candle to a black screen. Now this is what he's considering, and let me go back here a minute so you can see this. Let me come back here. This is what he's considering to be ambient light rejection. Number one, your environment is way too dark. See this right here? Your window's here. This is not even affecting the screen at all. My screen's 126 inches and it sits in a bit of windows. It's constantly being hit by sunlight and all kinds of light that filters through the window. My screen in my Japanese sunroom gets hit by a ton of ambient light. As a matter of fact, in this environment, I have far more light in here than you have in there. So we're going to do this test. And like I said, when you watch me do demonstrations, when you watch me do projector swap outs, when you see me pull multiple sample sheets and show you the difference between our screen and high performance screens, when you see me take screens outside and do demonstrations, this is what you're supposed to be expecting when you see screen paint. Not someone doing a demonstration with the screen sitting in the dark. All right, so with that being said, and like I said, for the fellow who made the comment, we're going to debunk your theory. So I've already ordered some M&M. M&M is the exact same product, like I said, as PPJ. PPJ is the exact same. M&M and PPJ are the same thing as Martha Stewart's Metallica screen paints. That's what screen paints are. Martha Stewart's, they were like these Precious Moments paints that she made when she had a contract with Home Depot. That's what they were. So let me come over here real quick. So we got a black screen here. This right here is far more advanced than your PPJ. This right here is a sample sheet of Daylight's technology. Over here we have, and mind you, we have to test those screens on it, by Seymour AV. This is called a Seymour AV 1.3. Have you ever heard of these screens before? Seymour AV 1.3? Very, very good screen. And then last we have, is it Seymour AV 1.3? Oh, same thing, Seymour AV 1.3, but same one here. All right. So this is what you're going to see when we test your screen. Number one, like I said, that stuff hot spots. So we're going to hit that with a 50 lumen, what we got, the 5,000 lumen projector, Chrissy? Yeah, we got plenty of toys to test it out with. Got ultra short those over here, low lumens, and we're going to be doing this in a fully lit environment. So let's put this right here against my screen. This is why you got to be careful. People are just showing you, pouring out paints, and they're saying, look, this is how it looks. And that screen paint's sitting in the dark, and they're not doing the test the way they're supposed to be doing it, and they're not matching my demonstrations, they're not doing the exact same thing, then there's a problem there. You're going to have some serious problems with that paint. You're going to paint your screen with that, take your screen down. You know how much work it takes to paint a fixed frame screen? Got to pull it off the wall, you got to pad the back of the bar, you got to paint the entire screen, let it dry, and then hang it right back up. You're going to have to do that twice. And I guarantee you, when I paint a sample sheet of this stuff and put it on the screen, we're going to do reds and blues and greens. That's something else you don't show you either. He didn't show you any of that in the video. All he did was paint the screen, turn out the lights, and go, voila. Anybody can do that. I can do that with the Elite White screen I had downstairs. What is the difference between that product and doing a demonstration with different colors? Are those colors going to fade or going to wash out? How's that going to be to perform? All right, so we're going to fire up. Let me see. Let me go grab my system from out of the other room, because I have my, I can run that through. I can run my fire stick to the back of that. Yeah, I can. Fire stick's downstairs. Walk with me, go downstairs. I'm testing something downstairs. So right now, I'm running my battery system downstairs on all the lights in the theater room to see exactly how much power it's going to take in. So that's what I'm doing right now, running those tests right now. And my downstairs is pretty crazy. All this is running off battery. This is all running off battery in here. All these LED lights run off battery right now. So I'm running some tests right now for that. Let me grab this right here. Grab my fire stick. All right. Because I love it when people sit there and they try to compare my technology to theirs, but you don't do any of my tests. And same thing, don't do none of my tests. That's blue technology, my friend, right there. That's more light physically right there in your environment. In the morning time when the sun peeks through my windows, that's still more light in your environment. Let me grab a remote control. When I do my demonstrations, I can have my lights on if I want. I just decided to have them off because I got everything downstairs in neon. Gotta start working on the hallway next. All right, so let's go fire this up. Let's see, we'll put this right in here. And we want to run this through adapter here. Let's see where my adapter is going at. Right. All right, so that's the fire stick running through this. I haven't run a fire stick through yet, have I? Yeah, I had it. Right. Fired up to 5,000 Chrissy right now. We got the right one here. Oh, there we go already. It's not producing blue. It's already from the door. It's already failed. It can't produce blue. We're going to run the PS4 system because for some reason, I don't know what it is. I keep losing the remote control. That's the one that goes to the kitchen. And I keep losing that remote control. So, we're just going to run the PS4 through it and be done with it. So let me see what we got going on here with this. Take this out right now. And I have to track down the remote control again for that one. Because I don't even know what I did with it. To honestly tell you the truth, I don't know where it's at. I lost it somewhere. And we're going to run our PS4 system to the back of this right here. So we can get this up and going. I was in the room the other just the day doing a little zombie killing with a friend of mine, getting that done. Game in there. All right, so we're just going to run the PS4 to it. That's what we're going to do because, like I said, I can't find that remote control at all. Period. You know, someone was telling me that why don't I just get holsters and just put them around, put the holsters near where my technology is going to be at, but I'll lose everything. Doesn't make a difference. I got a bad habit of picking stuff up and carrying it from A to B. Just stay. All right, there we go. I'm going to run the PS4 through it. Like I said, one screen is the daylight screens. That is their pure screen, their pure server screen. And the other one is the Seymour 81.3. And that is black technology. Now, I automatically can tell you from the door, once we get that Metallica paint here, I can tell you from the door what's going to happen when it gets here in 3 days. Number one, color's not going to pull up on it. Contrast is definitely not going to pull up on it. The white levels are going to come up. That's definitely going to happen from the door. Now, mind you, like I said, that's everyday hobby paint. You don't want to paint yourself. These are high professional certified screens that have been tested over and over again, again, again. And I guarantee you, when we hit it with any form of ambient light, it's going to fade. And it probably will hotspot because, like I said, it's a Metallica silver. So there's a good chance it's going to have some hot spotting on the screen. And if you've never suffered the DOP rainbow effect, well, you'll find out the hard way because it is a pretty unpleasant experience. I've done it one time and it was not pleasant. It's like somebody taking magnifying a kaleidoscope and just pushing it up in your face. That's what it feels like. It makes you dizzy and it does make you a bit sick. I gotta find out what the remote control one too. All right, so I'm gonna do first, as we always do, we pull those white levels first. Let me see, I should have my, I don't know if it's even hooked up right now, my camera. Usually my camera's hooked up, I can just speak right into it, I'm done. So we're gonna put in, should automatically pull it up. White screensaver, don't pull up that white screensaver. We need an all white screensaver, not snow, all white. Let's go back into search. We need an all white screensaver. That's what we need. Nothing camouflage with nope, anything else has to be all white screensaver. I'll put my camera in because I can just speak it in and be done. Okay. Make my job a little easier. Why is my camera all the way wrapped around all this mess around here? Oh, because I put it this way. That's why. All right, cameras are sewn in. There we go. That way I can speak it. There we go. White screensaver. Much better. As I said before, if the white levels pull too high, there's going to be problems. And already we have problems. Right from the door. Okie dokie. As a matter of fact, let's get all the light screens and put it against the black screen. Let's, we got the, what you come up here? Let's see, I've got the semi gray. No, we got to do all silver. We'll do the grays tomorrow. We'll do all grays tomorrow. We'll do those. And keep in mind, like I said, outside demonstrations versus a black screen, yeah, silver screen's not going to be a holding candle to it. We have a screen called Ultra Bright Silver. It produces amazing contrast levels, but can it match a 12? No. There's no screen that we have in our category that will ever come close to matching 12 or limited. They're black screens. They can produce contrast levels. All right, let's go over to, let's see, search. And let's pull up, clear this up real quick. And let's bring in a red screen. There we go. It's not gonna be pretty. There you go. I told you, the higher the white level. When we see a screen, we show up on white levels first. And if that screen is producing too high of a white level, that tells me how fast the color is going to fade to the point where it actually looks like a white sheet of paper. We'll get close up on it so you can see it up close. So if your colors look like this, keep in mind, ooh, shaved my head today. If your colors look like this, that means that anything you project on this screen that involves red, it's going to come up looking like this. Let's turn the lights out. See if we got, this is a 5,000 lumen projector we're using behind. It's a crispy 5,000 lumen. Let's go over to blue. Lights on. So you really want to paint your screen with that $50 Metallica paint. Okay. That's why I said before people go out and do videos like that, they need to do the research first. They need to do the test first before running out and doing stuff like that. Because you're going to have people out there going out and buying this paint, painting this stuff on the wall, and their screen's going to be hot spotting. And I read in the comment section, there are a few people complaining about the screen's hot spotting. And it is. It's going to hot spot. That's like painting your screen with a semi-gloss. You're asking for it. Let's go over to, let's see if we can see other colors in here. Let's go bring up, let's bring up, clear this out, and let's bring up green screensaver. There you go. Not even close. Nothing's coming in at all. Nothing. I'm gonna go down and get the other screens. I'm gonna get those and throw them in there too. Might as well. Might as well throw them all in there at the same time, right? We'll throw them in there too. I'll be back. So we did miss a screen. I forgot. There's one called, one called a matinee silver. So we missed the matinee silver. So there's supposed to be 3 of them up here. So we have this one right here, which took itself down. Put that one right there. We have a matinee silver. Let's see. We have the other gray screen right there. Put that right here. These are more gray, not so much silver. And let's see, this one right here, which I did miss, this is called a matinee silver. So you can see it right there. These are all silver screens. I wouldn't say it's just so much silver. Would you see silver? It's not silver. It's more of a gray. But it's not silver. But it passed for silver. So we just added it as a darker silver. Put that right there. So, all right. Color pixel test. This is the color pixel test right here. Fixed pixels. See what this one has right here. Woo, man, good thing that anybody didn't suffer from seizures, because that would have did it right there. All right, we're going to pull up the red. And as you can see right there in the demonstration, this is why silver screens can't compete with black technology. Now, how can our silver screens produce contrast levels? Our screens are coated. These screens are not coated. And everyday Home Depot or Lowe's or Amazon metallic paint, silver paint, is not going to do any better. Screen technology is still maintaining the deep colors without the screen washing out. This is why I explain to people, before you go on YouTube, before you run your mouth about saying that your product can do this, that, and the other, be warned, I will test your stuff. And I will put it in some environments that you will not be used to having your screen in. And whatever that stuff is, well, we know what it is. And what I saw in the demonstration, even when he tried to do one with the lights on, there was no physical light touching the screen at all. But I guarantee when I get it over here, it's going to fade. See the white levels pull. This is when you cut corners. When you do demonstrations with projectors in the dark, you're cutting corners. How does that paint react if you take up with a projector of 20,000, not 20,000 lumens, but 1,000 lumens, and you throw it at 20 feet? Can it pull a star through a demonstration? Where's the difference comparison against other high-performance screens? How does it react outside? What is the ambient light rejection technology? How does it work? How does it get the ability to function in fully lit environments? How much physical light can make contact with that screen before that image starts to fade? How does it work on low lumen projectors? How does it work on high-end projectors? Keep in mind, I have a 6,500 lumen and 7,000 lumen projector. Now, I have companies who have projectors like this. They want to make sure if they hit this with one of these commercialized projectors that that screen's not going to hotspot. I can back that up because I had those projectors behind me. How does it react with ultra short throw projectors? Well, you're lucky you weren't here a few minutes ago. Something just popped up on the screen. It gave me a seizure. All right. So. There you go. That's my case. So if these high performance screens that I'm using in this demonstration are having a hard time keeping up with the 12, what do you think that stuff's going to do when it gets here? And these screens are certified. Go ahead. Paint your screen with that nonsense. And you're going to end up with a really, like I said, a bad situation. It's like the same equivalence. You're buying brakes for your car. You're not just going to go to some company that doesn't do their test correctly, don't even show their test results. But then it's a company that shows all their test results and been showing demonstrations over and over again on how their brakes perform. So which one are you going to load into your car and drive your family around in? I'd rather take the brakes that are tested. This is why we do all our demonstrations live. This is why we do all our test demonstrations live. So you can see everything that goes on. So you don't hear me saying, well, it does work with a projector at 20 feet back at only around 1,000 lumens. No, I can back it up. Got enough demonstrations to choke a horse. And also, too, an interesting topic on this, actually, to bring this up. As in, some other people try to proclaim the technology as being so dark you can't see it. This screen is sitting against screens that are actually 3 times lighter than my screen, and it's still producing a bright, beautiful image that you can see crystal clear. Oh, I forgot to add real quick. The free projector for the laser Casio is gone. Someone just picked it up a few minutes ago, so that is gone. Don't have anything left. I got another one coming in the mail. I'm only going to use it for a while, and I'm probably going to give that one away too. Let's do LG 4K demonstrations. Wow, the voice command for the freaking PS4 actually functions better than the one for Fire Stick. That is pretty sad. It's true, but it's sad. That just tells you something right there. Let's check out Jurassic Park. I really shouldn't, but I am. And this is the dark scene in Jurassic Park, where basically they're sitting there waiting, and I guess the dinosaur comes right up on top of them, looks in the window, starts roaring, all that good stuff. This is a dark scene. I can watch this with my lights on with my technology. At 5,000 lumens, these screens can't pick it up. Oh, they can pick up the white levels, definitely. It's a silver screen. Should be able to pick up white levels. I can't pick up contrast, I can't pick up color. Can't play too much of that, I'll get in some trouble. Yeah, when it comes to contrast levels, it's interesting enough that the 12s and the limiteds can pick up amazing white levels. But even more impressive is their contrast capability. There's no screen that can sit next to this screen because it pulls a 100% contrast level. And I don't even have to have a projector with a 16,000 to 1 contrast. My projector behind me is only 2,000 to 1 contrast. It's color fading. So I'm showing you the reds. Let's go over to really quick. Look at that right there. You know how well lit my environment is. There's Groot sitting in the corner. You see the background of that screen when that display comes up? That's supposed to be dark. All that's supposed to be dark. When you look at the background, the window's here. The light's passing this way. It's making no contact with the screen. If it did, the background of this would be just as bright as the area in here. And I haven't seen any more demonstrations on it at all after that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the test that were not done in the demonstration. The fellow basically says, well, you can do the same thing with PPJ, and you can do, and it's the same thing as M&M. It's the same thing, or Martha Stewart. It's the same thing. So all the tests that you failed to do, we will do them now, and we will show exactly why you do not use this product on your screen, or why you don't ruin your investment with this product, because he did none of the tests at all. All he did was turn out the lights, show the screen, and then basically show some partially lit environment saying, look, it's ambient light projection, when we both know it's not. So all the tests that he missed, we'll do them over here to show you that it's not worth your time. Meanwhile, we're doing a demonstration with certified screens in a fully lit environment. That's what I love about the black screens. It gives that OLED kind of design. Oh man, I love black screens. Never get used to them. The fact that watching something so dark produce an image so bright. And wait till the summertime gets here. This is one thing. When summertime gets here, this is when it gets crazy. Because keep in mind, and white projection screens outside, there are not a lot of them that are black. Actually, there's none of them that are black. We're the only ones who have a black screen that's outside. And then there's going to be an upgrade version of the 12 that's designed for outside. It's going to be designed for actually recoding inflatable projection screens, outdoor motorized projection screens. It's going to be a high, and like an outdoor advanced version for doing outdoor projection screens. We're going to take an inflatable screen. We're going to paint one side of it black, on the other side the way it is. So right now I need to get online. I need to start shopping for my samples so we can start doing some of these demonstrations, because we have a lot of customers that are going to be doing a lot of outdoor events with family because it's COVID. And I usually get a lot of messages from companies or businesses or restaurants that want to take their restaurant outside. It's more room. People are going to be farther apart, and they can set up a projection screen and people can watch. But they don't want to be firing up a projection screen at 9 and 10 o'clock at night. These screens can fire up at 6 o'clock. 15s, and you've seen in those demonstrations, they can fire up at 4 o'clock. 4:50 in the evening, those screens can fire up. So at the end of the day, no one wants to be sitting around waiting for the sun to go down. And even when the sun does go down and you're out in the dark, still at the end of the day, you're still not picking up a contrast level. And if someone sits there and says, well, it's not fair because you have too much light in your environment, these screens are supposed to be ambient light projection technology, okay? It's not my fault that I take them out of their uncomfortable environment and stick them in a real environment where you're supposed to be at. Because if I'm running my equipment in here in my environment, that screen needs to show up. Because I'm sure enough not going to be sitting in the dark watching it. And somebody said I was a bit of a perfectionist. I am a bit of a perfectionist. I want to use my screens with the lights on. I think anybody would want to. It's going to turn your living room into a cave. Every time you turn your projector, you got to darken your windows and all that other nonsense. Nobody wants to go do that. And keep in mind, even at that, we're still not even using an expensive projector. My projector's only about $560. That's it. Used and outdated. Old Chrissy projector. That's what I'm using. My projectors are old. I think every projector I have in this house is discontinued by 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, something like that. This is what you should be looking for, like I said. Let's go with, let me see. Now, if I wanted to shame a screen, I pull contrast level. I could easily wipe them. Easily. No, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. The fellow basically, now if he said that, look, this is just a cheaper way of basically such and so, I couldn't care less about that. But the minute you add my name into something and you go, oh well, and the other fellow, which I'm pretty sure he was, I don't know if he brought it to his attention, but I'm not going to mention him. He's in his own world, and let's leave him in his own world. But if you're going to say, oh well, this is the same thing as their technology, my man, you're not even anywhere near close to basically on where my technology lands at. Just want to put you that way. And if you're thinking that $50 silver Metallica paint can compete with a 12, whew, man, you got something coming. I'm not even going to put it against a Luminous. And a Luminous can Luminous can be painted onto plexiglass and you can punch images through it. You couldn't begin to punch an image through that stuff. No, it's not competing with a 12. As you can see already. And these are high performance certified silver screens. That's why 12 is the highest seller. We are now up to 82 quarts of 12 that already been sold. Thank you, my Lord and Savior. Thank you, my customers, for that. I appreciate the support for the 12. Like I said, it's one of our highest sellers. And it's interesting how so many people, we're not saying so many people, but individuals that try to do the same thing I do. And like I said, you can do the same thing I do. And you got to leave all that negative nonsense in another direction. That's all. Concentrate on your craft. That's what you got to do. But don't worry about what I'm doing or what I'm designing, what I'm making. Worry about what's going on in your backyard. Now, as I said, this has nothing to do with the other fellow at all, period. So if anybody wants to come in and say, oh, we're going, no, it's nothing to do with him. This is a completely different individual that actually technically came after me and him at the same time. But you know me, I'm going to back it up 100%. I'm going to buy your product, I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to run it to the ringer. And I'm going to show you exactly where your screen's going to fail. Because if I do these tests, if I test my technology against their top professional screens when it comes to big companies, what chance do you think of that stuff having a chance over here when we start running it through the ringer? Like I said, it's going to pull its white levels. And that it can do. But it's not going to be able to pull everything else. Colors are going to struggle. Contrast is definitely going to struggle. And if you put it in a fully lit environment, it's going to struggle. And keep in mind, we're not even outside yet. So if it's struggling in here, just imagine what's going to happen when we go outside. At 1,000 lumens, 13 feet back. Well, I heard it. One of them fell off. I usually want to pop off here and there. This one fell off. This one fell off. Okay, matinee silver. Put that one back up there. Matinee silver fell off. Okay. Sticky there. Let's go with Sony 4K color. Let's go with this one right here. For some birds. Okay. Whatever that was, I don't know. Doesn't make a difference what I pick. Screen's not gonna be able to pull it up. I have to be in the dark for it. Let's grab, let's see. Oh. Starfield screensaver demonstration. You knew that was coming anyway. Do some deep outer space. Any one of these choose, these are gonna have issues. The dark mountainside, it's not going to pick up. Take the lights out. That's the only way you got a chance to pull that image. If I get close on the screen, it washes out. It's not even there. That background's supposed to be black. I like this. Man, I like this screensaver. This is pretty cool. It's got that kind of cosmic look to it. I got to figure out how I can get some of this for my my printing maps equipment. Yeah, because I can map this into a doorway. Stargate the doorway was something pretty cool. I haven't done a Stargate doorway yet. I gotta actually get on that right there. I'm gonna go back to my mapping software. You see what I'm talking about? You should be able to see this image from square corner to corner, and it should look sharp. It shouldn't be fading. It shouldn't be washing out. You should see deep blacks. That's what you want. True contrast level. And we're doing this on a projector that has a 2000:1 contrast rating. I like that. RelaxingWhiteNoise.com. Okay. Remember that one. Relaxing Northern Lights. Yeah. So, like I said, that's how I know that, like I said, when I see demonstrations of people trying to portray our technology, especially, as being so dark that you can't even see it. If that was the case, then these screens would have shown up much better than my screen. In my screen, you wouldn't have been able to see it at all, and these screens are much lighter than my screen. So, technology can produce a high enough white level, in contrast level, in color, in order to be able to compete with screens that are actually much lighter than it. I knew that was coming from me. So let me tell you something. This is a pretty quiet neighborhood, right? You don't really hear much at all. And my neighbors are like literally ninjas. And I'm hearing doom, 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 doom. And I'm like, wait a minute. Who the freak got their car parked out in front of my house blasting the music? Because that doesn't happen up here. You know what I mean? People don't usually do that. Especially as soon as I got a driveway. I'm trying to figure out where this music is coming from. And then I realized I left the subs on. Because usually I leave the subs on at night. Because the bass vibrates through the house, driving me crazy. And I had the subs on in the next room. And that's what was making that doom, doom, doom. Cause I'm going downstairs and like, okay, somebody parked in my driveway where it's coming off at, but nope. It was all me. It was all me. Impossible. If you're doing special effects for DJ and music and all that stuff like that, virtually impossible to do this on a gray screen. Because all the white light in the environment or silver screen, it's going to reflect off that surface. That's what I like. We got to do a demonstration on the Limitless Black. Because that stuff is designed where you can actually put the projector behind it. And if you're DJing, what do you call it? When you're DJing, basically, it's a black rear projection screen. So the bottom line is, you're not going to have the projector hitting the back of your head and reflecting your image off your screen, because the projector's going to be sitting behind it. Which I got to get around the building one of those too. Really got to get around the building something like that. See how gorgeous that looks? Fully lit environment. Never have to worry about the screen washing out or fading. Yeah, and you want me to test that stuff? I'll test it. I'll bring it over here and I'll run it through everything. I guarantee you. If these screens right here, like I said, these are certified screens, if they had a problem competing with this technology when it came to color and everything else, what chance do you think that's going to have? And keep in mind, I can't take these screens outside because, like I said, they're not designed for outside. They're not outdoor projection screens. You can't take them outside. You're doing something wrong there. But that stuff, oh yeah, I can take it outside. I'll show you what happens if you take a $50 Metallica paint and you paint that on your screen. What's going to happen? You're not pulling this up. This is not going to happen. See how it adds depth to the image? Like it's coming at you. That's why contrast is everything. This is not on a 4K laser projector, 1080p projector, used projector. They stopped manufacturing these in 2012. It's an old, outdated projector. It's not the latest model. It doesn't have the latest technology in it. It's old. And yet I can get this image. Tell you, God is amazing. God is amazing. Yes, He is. Look at that. Told you 12s have codes in them. Not 100% code, but they do have some codes in them that allow them to be able to pick up higher white levels. Man, I can stare at that all day long. What video is this? Who does this one right here? Can we get in and subscribe to them? Let's see more. Can I subscribe? Where's the subscribe at? Oh crap, no, seriously? Oh, I can subscribe right there. Okay, cool. Subscribing, definitely. I like that. I definitely like that. That's beautiful. I can stare at that all day. I look for videos like this because at nighttime when I'm sitting back there in the Japanese tea room, this is the stuff I watch all night when I'm going to sleep. That hearing that music and watching this right here slowly shuts me down. And this is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely I'm gonna have to subscribe to this right here. This is already set to my account already. Ooh, we gotta look at this one. Nebula star. See, this is the stuff I was looking for to project on the ceiling. This would have been nice on the ceiling. Can you imagine just looking at this, but looking at it up on the ceiling? This is what I need. And this will go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Who has this one right here? I need to subscribe to them too. Oh, shoot, no. Sorry about a bit more. Can I subscribe to this one? Yeah, I'm subscribing to that too. Subscribe, yeah. I like that. That's beautiful. Like how they got the little moon or whatever planet that is in the distance like that, and how it's just coming at you. Yeah, this would be nice for ceiling displays. You see how dark that comes up? That's why you can't use the silver screen, because they don't produce contrast. Or it doesn't have code in it. We can code our silver screens to pull contrast level. But that's the screen without code. Environment is supposed to be. This is beautiful. I like this right here. No matter where I stick that screen at, you're going to see it. Because it can't pull contrast. Not even in the dark, you can't do it. That's what I tell people. Spend all this money for these projectors that are supposed to have these outstanding contrast capabilities. Doesn't make a difference. Your screen can't see contrast. There you go. Told you. 12s have insane white levels. Go back and show that again. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Big Bang Theory, which I'm hoping that it's not. Yes, it is. I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory at all, period. Everything just exploded. There it went. Oh, I'm about to go into a rant. I know it. Virtually impossible. As I said before, if 12s did not have the ability to pull white level, there's nowhere in the world you would be seeing that much white light come off that screen. Play it back with the lights on. Thank you, thank you. Alright people, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Oh man, I'm hoping my stuff gets to tomorrow. I want to get these orders out the door. I'm stacking up. I'm literally stacking up. But God will bless me to get everything done. He always does. Whew, just never had this stack up like this before. Well, no, I had worse than this. I had worse than this. Because when COVID hit, we had orders in the account, like 60 to 70 orders per month in the account. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And the Lord blessed me to get all that done out the door and get everybody taken care of. So we're going to get you all taken care of. Everything we're doing, like I said, that's first priority before I work on any new projects or anything else. Got to make sure my customers are taken care of first. So keep in mind, like I said, we're going to get you guys taken care of. Just waiting for one key ingredient. And once it gets here, I can get you guys taken care of. Because without it, it doesn't look like this. And trust me, you don't want it. All right, with that being said, thank you for your time. When the new projector gets here, we'll do a demonstration unboxing on that. And I'm just going to do a couple of demonstrations off of it. And then I'm giving it away for free. Actually, that's why I bought it, was to give it away for free. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless. And I got to give away a popcorn machine. I got to give away a popcorn machine. I think I'm going to do that next month. Next month, we're going to do a popcorn machine. I got a popcorn machine downstairs that would be perfect. It's not one of them dinky little popcorn machines, you know, with the bowl. Not to say if it's dinky if you got one of those, but just saying I want to give you a nice popcorn machine, like a nice one. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have two packages, and we're going to put in a popcorn machine in one of them. I'm going to show you the popcorn machine I want to give away. I'm buying a brand new one. This is my popcorn machine, so I'm not going to give this one away. But there it is sitting up there on top of the refrigerator. Actually, I'm going to be using this one for outside on my deck. That sounds so bad every time I say that. I don't know why it just sounds so bad. Yeah. So that's the one right there. I'm going to give away 2 of those. We're going to put those in a package kit. We're going to make it the we're going to call it the I don't know. I guess we're going to call it the ultimate package kit. And we're just going to have a popcorn machine in there for our customers. Clean this one off, but this is what I'm going to use outside. This lights up and everything, the whole 9 yards. Makes great popcorn. Use it a few times. Like I said, it has the switches on the side right there. Right there. But nice popcorn machine. Great for the family and all. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a popcorn machine and just give one away with one of the packages. I've always wanted to give away a popcorn machine. Okay, let me get out of here. This projector's already taken. Somebody came and got the gallon, so they got the this projector right here. This is the ViewSonic. The one projector I do have upstairs that I will not be using anymore. It works perfectly fine. I don't know if I'll package it with a package deal, or if somebody basically they order 1 gallon, they can have the projector. It is a Panasonic 1080p projector. That's the one that's 1500 lumens with a 16,000 to 1 contrast. I don't use this for anything. I can use it for anything at all, period. It has a brand new lamp in it because when I got it, the lamp was kind of was bad and I replaced it. So it does have a brand new lamp in it. Let me see if I have it up here. Oh yeah, I do have it up here. It's right here. So, only thing is you have to pay for the shipping. That's all. So you have to pay for the shipping and for the projector, and you have to pay for the goes with the 1 gallon of paint. So 1 gallon of paint's $183. These projectors go for far more than that. And you can have it. You pay for the shipping. Shipping for the paint I will pay for, but no problem because I'll be paid for it anyway. But you can have the projector. And it has all your HDMIs on the back of it. You can have it. Full 1080p. Blend shift capability, all that good stuff. Whew, it's a heavy projector. I was like, well, why are you giving away all your projectors? I'm giving away projectors, just shortening the load. How many projectors we have here? I got Chrissy's here, I got Chrissy's downstairs. I got a couple of Chrissy's in my cabinet. Yeah, it's time to shorten this. I got too many of these in here. I'm gonna trim this pile down some. All right, people, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I am going online tonight to probably play some Red Dead Redemption. I'm late, I know, I'm really late. I just finally downloaded the game. I just been very late. I'm very busy. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. Be safe out there, and God bless.